get started. So whoever else joins on, we'll just add them in afterwards. All right. So the first slide, what do you truly want physique and health wise? And I think that's a big thing, right? So the goal today is to give you some answers to get you in the right direction. All right. You guys both know the game changer is your diet. All right. And you got to go in with this motto, nothing tastes as good as looking great and feeling amazing is. All right. There's going to be moments where you're shaking, whether it's, Friday night, you're bored, you're frustrated, you say, fuck it with your food, whatever it may be. If you can keep your diet in check, I don't care if you put in like 2 workouts a week, you're still going to make changes to your body. All right. So the majority of this presentation is about your food. Nail this down, we win. Fuck this up, we're not going anywhere. Okay. So the key point here is know and win your calorie game, and you change your life forever. Okay. Dan, there's one thing CJ knows about me. He's known me for a long, long time, and I stay lean all year round, every year. And the only reason why is I fucked up in the past in my 20s, learned my lesson, got my calories locked in, kept my emotions in check, and I was good from there on in. Okay. So if I can pass that on to you guys, that'd be awesome. Okay. So that's the starting point. That's the building block of everything. Okay. Next slide. All right. Daily calories. How many calories do you need? So the question is, how many calories do you think you need? I'm going to ask both of you. CJ, what do you need daily?
I've never really known or understood how to calculate calories.
Okay.
I've always gone off of what you taught me back in 2004, and it's worked for me, and I've never changed it. Is based upon my lean muscle mass. That's my number of grams of protein.
Right.
And dividing that by 7, that unit multiplied by 9 is the number of grams of carbs.
Yep.
So I tend to consume about 170 grams of protein and about 190 grams of carbs per day. It's kind of a typical day for me.
Got it.
But if I were to guess mathematically, I don't know how it translates to calories, but let's say 2,000 calories or 2,500 calories a day. I guess I'm just guessing.
Got it. Dan, what do you think? What are you at?
I'll be honest, I haven't tracked calories since I worked with you.
Okay.
So I know when I worked with you, probably 1,800. I think that was my goal, roughly 1,800 to lose a little bit of weight at a time. But like I said, I don't really track it too often. I just kind of go off meal plans and stuff that I did when I was with you.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Well, that's the other way to do it, right? You either have a template that's been created that works, or you know your stuff. I can't tell you how many guys that I've worked with who they're high level guys, and you say, how many calories do you need per day, or how many grams of protein? Like CFL guys. This guy recently says, Tom, I'm not building muscle mass. What do you think of this testosterone booster? I said, well, let me start with your protein. How much protein you taking in? And he goes, I have no idea. And check this out. This guy's 6'4", 240 pounds. We worked out his calories for 3 meals. For 3 days worth of meals. The guy eats 136 grams of protein per day.
Wow.
For a guy that big. And I said, you want a testosterone booster? Eat more food.
Yeah.
And he's like, I can't believe I didn't know these numbers. I wish I met you sooner. I would have been in the NFL. Okay, so having said that, when you know your numbers and then you build a template off of that, it's gold. Okay, so let's click on this box here. It's caloric needs. This showed up, right? You've got a screen with Mifflin St. George calculator.
Yep.
Okay. I love this formula. There's another one called Harris Benedict. If you get a screenshot of this, or I'll just pass it on to you guys, this formula works. Probably the most accurate formula out there. So we're going to put in one of you guys. Let's go with CJ. CJ, what's your body weight?
153.
Okay, so we got 153. Height?
5'7.5".
So inch-wise, that would be like
1260, 71.5. No, sorry, 70.
72 is 6 feet. 67.
67.5.
Let's go 67, okay? Age, 46, right?
46.
Okay, so your BMR based on this calculation is 1764. Okay, that's what's needed to keep you alive. Now, obviously, you work, you do that kind of stuff. Your activity level, if you took a look at the basic, this chart right here, this section right here where it talks about 1.2, 1.375, 1.55, where are you at exercise-wise?
I work out daily, but not to the intensity that I worked out at your gym. So I do moderate workouts daily, but I have to increase it to intense workouts. That's a major
Okay,
deficit of mine.
got it. Okay, do you want to say 1.55?
Sure.
Okay, we'll put in that factor. Dan, think of the factor that you might put down.
Mhm.
And obviously, you can go online and figure this out. I can direct you to the site as well. Based on this, 1.55, CJ, you need 2,377 calories to maintain your body.
Okay.
To maintain. If you want to chop off some fat at 1 pound per week, 3,500 calories, you need a deficit of 500 calories.
Okay.
That means you've got to drop down to 1,877 calories daily. Bottom line. You want to lose a pound, that's what it is. Or you can step up the exercise a bit.
Right. So if I eat 250 less and I burn 250 more, that's 500 calories a day times 7, 3,500, which is about a pound of fat.
You got it. That's the formula. Once you know this formula and you tweak it, you're gold.
Perfect.
It's that simple. Okay. Now, here's what usually happens. So, Dan, this is what you were talking about, both you and CJ. Once I know this number, I formulate a plan and I pass it to you and I say, just follow the plan. And that's easy. So this guy, this CFL guy, that's what we did. We just said, just eat this. These are the numbers. Stay true to this. You're gold. That's all you've got to do. But if you want to know the science behind it, this is what it is. And is it an exact number? Obviously not. But it's the best guess. And then you tweak from there based on your experience with the person, right? So CJ, you might be losing 1.2 pounds per week. And you're like, holy shit, this works. Let's try something else. Let's slow this down a little bit. Let's add a few more calories. And then you tweak it from there, okay?
Yep.
Okay, let's go to the next section.
That's very good, Tom. Actually, just literally you showing that calculator was worth signing in here just to see that. That's genius.
Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, it's nothing I invented, but it helps, right?
Yep.
Okay, second thing, protein needs. So if I asked you, how many grams of protein do you think you need? Where are you guys at?
I went no.
So I again kind of have a goal of 170 a day.
Okay. So again, think of this guy that I was talking about, the CFL. He's eating 136. He's huge. He's way bigger than all three of us, right? Mm-hmm. Totally missing the mark. So this is probably the easiest way to figure it out graphically. And it looks like this. Imagine your body weight is, I'm giving the example of 180. And you take a look at these dudes here, their body fat percentages. You got 3 to 4%, the guy's shredded. You got 6 to 7. That's still pretty shredded if you ask me. 10 to 12, 15% is the second tier there. Where do you guys think you are? You don't need to share it. Just take a look at the visual. Where do you think you're at?
I'm 40.
Obviously
not. My attitude says I'm a 40.
Okay, so check this out. Instead of coming to my gym and getting a body fat analysis, I mean, that's a great place to start, or you do a bod pod analysis or DEXA scan or whatever. If you don't have that, all you do is you take a look at the picture. So in this case example, let's say you're sitting at 10%. That's kind of your look there. You take your 180 and you multiply it by 0.9, which deducts the 10%, which gives you 160 pounds of lean muscle mass. You got to figure out your lean muscle mass, because it's that number that you multiply by your activity factor that'll give you your protein totals. So in this case, we take 160. We got an active dude, 1.0. 1.0 times 60, 160 is 160 grams of protein. We divide that over 4 meals. He's got 40 times 4. That's his 160 grams of protein. He's locked in. If somebody wants to build muscle, we start looking at 1.2. We look at a person who wants to build muscle or maintain, and he's a high-level athlete who's burning a shitload of calories. You're looking at 1.5. Sedentary person, 0.8. And then what you do is you work with somebody, you say, you know what, this is way too much protein, or this is way too little. And you start tweaking it. You go, you know what, never mind the formula. Let's add 5 extra grams, see how it goes. Let's add 10 extra grams. Let's deduct 5 grams. And then you tweak it based on your life experience with that person. Does this make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the second number you need to lock down. Now, once you figure out your calories and you say, okay, listen, I need 2,000 calories and I need 160 grams of protein. I'll tell you right now, whether you have higher carbs and lower fat or higher fat and lower carbs, it makes no difference. Okay, it comes down to preference and choices. It gives you tons of leeway. Again, personally, I'd like a template to follow. The template is gold. Once you get the template, you just follow the template. But this is the science behind, I guess, the foundational blocks of how you figure out these numbers. Okay? All right. Next part. It's the structure. The structure that's critical. So number one, you create a template for your fridge and your phone. Number two, choose meals that you're going to eat throughout the week. Number three, you shop only from your template. If you want a mini refuel Wednesday night, when you want to party, eat your heart out. Saturday, same thing. You got to refuel. Every other day, you're rock solid with your plan. And I can't tell you enough. I'm going to give you some examples of some celebrities and stars who follow a simple plan. Excuse me. I've got the example here of 1,800 calories, and I've broken it down into 4 meals. Some are bigger, some are smaller. I'll tell you right now, when I recommend diet plans to people, it's 2 breakfasts, 3 lunches, 2 mini meals or snacks, and 4 dinners. I keep it unbelievably simple. The simpler you can keep it, without straying, the better off you are.
Nice.
I've got 2 breakfasts. I only eat 1 breakfast. It's bacon and eggs every morning. My lunch is a smoothie bowl with some protein in it. It's 1 lunch. I love it. That's what I stick with. It's nice and easy. I look forward to it every day. Mini meals, I go with just a dinner. I skip the mini and I go with a huge dinner. It's like 3 different options. It's either steak, pork loin, or chicken. Sometimes it's fish, and I mix up the carbs a little bit.
Tom?
Yes.
When you say 2 breakfasts or 3 dinners, you're talking about options like on a menu.
Options. Exactly. Yep. The simpler, the better. Okay. And this template is huge. Bottom line, the template is huge. And you run by the template free of emotion. Take the emotion out of it. You leave that for Saturdays. Friday night, you're locked in. You're locked into your plan. It's dinner 1, dinner 2, or dinner 3. And you've got the resolve of saying this works. You pick the tastiest foods possible within your plan. Yep. All right. You'll notice, guys, I've got 600 calories for dinner. I skip the mini meal. I go to 900 calories. My dinner's huge. I eat whatever I want within reason. Right. If I want a big steak, I'm going to have a big steak. If I want this big vegan dish that my wife makes, great. Fantastic. 900 calories. Great. So there is some leeway that way. Okay. Structure is critical. Next slide. I've got 2 or 3 different slides of celebrities. So you've got The Rock. All right. You take a look at this guy. He is militant with his diet. I think he eats right now, getting ready for this movie, Black Adam. He eats basically 1 breakfast daily. It's the same thing every day. And it's kind of like a mash of stuff. But normally he's got 7 meals. If you look at that, that's freaking a lot of food. Guess how many calories that is there? You guys have any idea?
3,500.
Close. 4,200.
4,000. Yeah.
Wow.
325. Yeah, I know. It's 325 grams of protein. It's 75 grams of fat. I think he's got something like 350 grams of carbs. He works out twice a day. He is a high roller when it comes down to activity, getting shit done. But if you look at his plan, there's probably 10 foods there. You've got cod, eggs, chicken, and steak as his protein. That's it. Got another guy coming into the room. Chris, how's it going, man? Okay, so you look, there's 4 protein sources. You take a look at his carbs. He's got oatmeal, veggies, rice, and baked potato. That's it. He's got his 4 protein choices, his 4 carb choices. He's got some fat in there in the form of some oil. 7 meals broken down. He's a little bit more of an old school guy, but that's his plan. And he's rock solid. If you've seen any pictures of him with this Black Adam movie, have you seen how he looks now?
Ripped.
He's freaking shredded. He looks like a superhero. And obviously he's the #1 money guy in Hollywood. He wanted to look the part. He got shredded for this thing. He's got a goal. Stuck with an even simpler plan than this. Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo, a lot smaller. Dude has one breakfast. It's the same thing every day. He's got 2 lunch options: chicken and salad or tuna, olives, egg, and tomato. His snack, it's fresh fruits or avocado toast, and he's got 2 different dinners. Here's probably arguably the best soccer player around. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? Probably the best soccer player around, keeps it super simple. Doesn't have to stray. Does he have good choices? Probably the best choices. Probably the best quality food. Again, he keeps it simple. Next guy. Although he doesn't look the greatest here, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time. We can debate that one. Not the greatest picture, but he performs well. This guy is militant with his food. Take a look at it. Water in the morning, 6 a.m., avocado and eggs for breakfast. He's got his water throughout the day, a protein shake, salad with nuts and fish, hummus, guacamole, mixed nuts, same dinner every day. The football game day is kind of off. I don't get that. And he's got certain rules that just forget the white sugar, forget the white flour. And this guy is militant with how he eats and how he trains. So what's my point here, guys? Create the template, stick with it.
Tom?
Yes.
Why does he say no tomatoes or mushrooms? Does he have an allergy?
It very well could be. I've got an issue with mushrooms as well. I'm sure there's some kind of logic behind it. I'd have to look into it. He doesn't believe in coffee. Listen, I drink a shitload of coffee, right? That's up to you guys. I don't think coffee is much of a factor unless you're going with a triple, and it adds to your calorie totals, right?
Yep.
And then you've got the final guy I want to share with you guys is Usain Bolt. And here's a guy who's just, again, it's super simple. Snacks, it's fruits, dinner, chicken, and some kind of side carb. Lunch, I'm not too big on the corned beef and the pasta, but again, the amount of effort that he expends, burning energy, running, sprinting down a track and training, he needs the excess carbs. And then you look at his breakfast, super simple. Okay, so it goes back to what I was saying, guys. I've got 1 breakfast, 1 lunch, 3 different dinners. You want a little more variety, great. Work with your template once you know your numbers. Okay, I can't stress that enough. If that's all you have as your take home, this presentation's been a win. Okay, we good so far?
Yep.
Okay, good.